Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. I guess I haven't done a video since COVID kind of kicked off. I haven't really been doing many videos up to that point anyway. I don't really know why. I kind of was a bit defeated by the fact that my cruddy old laptop couldn't handle the editing software to kind of edit the videos the way that I wanted with snippets and things. But that's nothing to say that I can't just stand and have a conversation for a few minutes. I think that in these times we're all kind of looking for that additional content and things that we can just sit and listen to and tune out to for a little while. Um, so yeah, I've kind of there's a grass strimmer in the background. Excuse the noise, doing my head in, but hey, sunny day, they all come out. Mm. So yeah, where's my head been since COVID? Where's your head been since COVID started? I think, as I said in my last video, it was really strange. It was a really weird adjustment. I was kind of sort of feeling like, the whole world is suddenly needing access and is suddenly worried about how to pay for their next bills. And it was very much about the fact that the cracks in our society were really beginning to show, and that happened very quickly, obviously. And still the support from the government is not good enough. They've released a hardship fund for people who are newly self-employed, but you have to have registered as self-employed only in the last year. I mean, that's nonsense. Everyone knows it takes way longer, particularly if you're freelance and self-employed, to start up a business and make any kind of reasonable living profit from that, or profit you can live from that. So that's been a bit of a kick in the nuts, I think. Sorry, kick in the teeth for a lot of people. And we're, still struggling to try and figure out what's going to happen where we fit. If you're applying for universal credit, you're not going to get your first grant until June, which sucks. I think it's become clear that under the current system, particularly an austere Tory government, which we've had for far too long, and one where equality is not a priority, like, this is what happens. Like, as soon as there's any kind of crisis, people just fall through the cracks. And I think I've been, I guess, in a period of grieving or mourning of that, because it hurts to see it, it hurts to be a part of it. My own situation, hasn't changed too much. We're doing okay. My husband has been my main support, like our main financial support for the last 3 years since the breakdown in my health, where I was freelancing in PR and events and publishing and doing pretty well, and my health changed. And I continued to freelance, but in the sense that I became a writer full time. And as you know, it takes a long time to kind of start to earn anything like a living wage from writing, especially when it's the only thing you can do, and it's the only thing I felt I could do reasonably well whilst managing my health and staying at home to work and not getting out a lot. So, I have not been pulling in any kind of decent income at all for the last 3 years. So he's still working full-time from home, so fingers crossed for now we are okay. Hopefully it won't change. And I've been able to get a couple of commissions as well in the time that we've been off, which has been good, because that's just helped to boost our income a little bit. And obviously, like the rest of the world, we have considerably less outgoings, with us not being out and about all day every day in his case, or occasionally throughout the week in mine, attending courses, buying coffees and cakes and all the rest of it. So our situation is okay, but it just still stings a bit that I've been registered as self-employed for 6 years now. 3 years ago that changed and became me focusing on writing, and I've said it before, I'm not qualified by the government, I'm not sick enough to receive any benefits. And therefore my earning, my kind of, I've talked about this in my last video, that sort of sense of worth that goes with that, you lose a bit of confidence, sort of not being able to be a contributor in your household or to your family or whatever it might be. And there's so much nuance, it's all on a spectrum. Like, we're comfortable and we're happy, and there's people who are dying because of what's happening right now, and the fact that they can't access food banks and they can't feed themselves or their children or their families. So, you know, there's so much worse going on. But at the same time, we have to accept and acknowledge the situations that we all individually find ourselves in. It doesn't make us and our experiences invalid. And I think that it's important to allow yourself to feel that. I'm kind of an advocate of that. So I've been struggling mentally with all of this, and you know, what we're seeing with the government is just blowing my mind. So I've been trying really hard to stay off of too much news content, social media streams. You know, I'm lucky that I've got a really supportive network, so friends and I are still able to connect regularly through video calls. Like I've said, access has just gotten so much exponentially better since this all happened. Yeah, there's going to be a video up. Please go and check it out, actually, for the Edinburgh City of Literature Spotlight sessions, which they're doing, featuring artists who are talking about how they're adjusting to the situation, basically. So myself and my good friend Ever Dundas, who is a fantastic author, had a chat about how our lives as disabled writers have changed since COVID and what we'd like to see continuing as we come out of this pandemic, in the sense of improved access. Because, you know, I was saying to Ever, like, if you watch the video, you'll see I was saying to her, like, I am completely overwhelmed. Like, I you know, wow, there's so much out there. I literally can't choose what to do next. I sat in with an amazing workshop online session with the director, Jim Loach, who's Ken Loach's son, but, you know, the other day for free, me and 150 other people. It's crazy. I've done so many pub quizzes. Like loads of like free skills stuff have all popped up. I mean, I'm listening, like, do you know what? Do you know what the highlight of COVID is? I'm freaking listening to Harry Potter on Audible for free. This is the shit that should have happened a long time ago for disabled people and poor people. And yeah, for everyone. So that's been great. We've been listening to that, and that's really helped because our minds are so scattered and nebulous at the moment that just being anchored by the dulcet tones of Stephen Fry is basically very helpful and doing a lot to soothe our stressed and anxious souls. My anxiety has been bad through all of this. I haven't actually had a full-blown panic attack yet. I have had a couple of episodes where, like, been fine, like been in the kitchen making lunch or whatever, and I've just suddenly been really overwhelmed and felt very quickly like I need to vomit. And I haven't actually been sick, but you who are out there who have anxiety and panic will understand that feeling, and it's not comfortable, it's awful. Bit of hyperventilation, needing to sit really still, not be touched or spoken to or whatever, but it passed super quickly within 5 minutes. So I think it's just a signal, isn't it, that our bodies kind of really struggle to process, like, fucking Armageddon, basically. So yeah, it hasn't been too bad, but where my anxiety was hugely channeled energy-wise into being very productive and writing loads of articles and working on different pieces and like submitting to everything everywhere, you know, fingers crossed, by the way. I hope so. If anyone else is submitting, I know it's really hard right now and a lot of you aren't writing and you're not submitting, and that's totally okay. You know, like, I'm kind of slowly starting to peel away from all of that, kind of, as I say, as my energy started to kind of fritter away. But yeah, I think I'm moving into kind of slower, quieter times. And there's been a bit of a shift, I suppose, in my focus. And the good news to share, I'm super, super excited about this. Like, it blew my mind. That I was selected for the Write Mentor summer mentoring program by, you know, one of my favourite authors, someone who I admire so much and whose writing just, it's like a lightning bolt into my soul. This is her. It's Amy Bichel. I hope I'm saying Bichel right. We've not had our first Zoom yet, so we're going to have a chat soon and I'll ask her how to pronounce her name, but I think it's Bichel. This book, oh, the sky is mine. It is all about being bold and reclaiming your voice if you've lost it, or strengthening your voice if you have it. It's about being who you are and not letting anybody else tell you who that is. It's a really incredibly empowering book, not just for young women, but for all women, and I would say for all boys and men as well. This book needs to be read by you. This book needs to be in every school desk, honestly. So you all know I write contemporary YA. I also write other things. I write journalistic articles about disability and poverty and equality. I write poetry. I write creative essays. I do write a lot of things. And I am outlining a dystopian novel which might actually be crossover because there's some really extreme sort of violent content in it. But I'm also outlining another contemporary YA, and the novel that I am being mentored for with Amy is a contemporary YA. I love it. I just love it so much. It is not only for young people to read, it is for everybody. And actually, publishing statistics will tell you that the audience for these books, these YA books, actually is 18 to 35 is the typical age group. So, you know, get it up you if you think you don't need to read these books. But yeah, it's bold and it's brave and it's strong and it's descriptive and really visceral and delicious, and everything I love about a good contemporary YA, it is all in this amazing book. So, I mean, what a privilege to be mentored by Amy. I can't even say it. She loves the manuscript, which is amazing. All of the mentors that I applied to were so wonderful and encouraging and effusive about We Are Fractals. I really had lost a bit of confidence because I was querying a little bit and getting quite a lot of full requests and no offers at that point. I've queried about 20 agents between the UK and the US, which is not like a great number. It's not massive. It's quite average a number. But I didn't want to go through the rest of that list when there was, the chance that I might not get an offer. So I thought, gosh, if I could just get a mentor who can help me to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to get that offer. So Amy's gonna help me do it, and I'm just so excited. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm coughing. I'm so excited. I'm not coughing for any reason other than the grass is being cut right around my house, and I am asthmatic, and that's why I am very, very careful when I go outside for my daily bit of exercise, which thank goodness I live in a place that I can get that. We live in the outskirts of Edinburgh, and we are surrounded by fields and woodland and pathways where you can socially distance very easily, so that is really cool. Anyway, I'm gonna stop coughing. So yeah, that's my really big piece of news that I'm so excited about, and Amy and I are going to be working on the manuscript over the next couple of months together. So yeah, I'm definitely shifting my focus onto that. It's a wonderful, positive thing, and I'll keep you up to date. I'll let you know how that goes. I'm so excited. But wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope that you're finding some time to look after yourself, to do the things that give you headspace and give you that glowy feeling, whatever it is. These times are really tough, so if you are lying on the couch all day watching Netflix, oh my god, that's amazing. Don't beat yourself up. You're surviving this crazy situation, and that's what's to remember. I hope that you are well. I hope that your family are well. It's just we're hearing such awful things in the news all the time. There's really no words or dialogue I can give you for that. But please know that I am sending you all love and light. I'm wishing you all my good energy. And yeah, I'll do another little update thing at some point soon. And don't forget to check out the Edinburgh City of Literature Spotlight to hear me and Ever talking about life after COVID. That would be awesome. Okay, I will speak to you all soon. Love and light.